Welcome back to Night Fever, the podcast for Auckland FC fans. My name's Jenkins, and today we're diving into our club's fourth match of the 25-26 A-League season, a hard-fought 2-1 win away at Wellington Phoenix. We'll run through how the teams prepared, the lineups, the match flow, standout players, stats, and what comes next. Let's get into it. In the build-up, Auckland FC came into this fixture having played 3 matches already in the season, while Wellington Phoenix likewise had their early season rhythm. Auckland's coach Steve Corica will have emphasised continuing the positive momentum from early results and maintaining the dominance they've shown so far in head-to-heads with the Phoenix. Phoenix coach Giancarlo Italiano would have been keen to arrest the trend of losses to Auckland and show improvement, building defensive resilience, trying to impose their midfield. The stage was set, a Kiwi derby, a tension game with rivalry and wanting to assert dominance. The Phoenix fielded a 4-4-1 formation with Alawayimi in goal, across the defence Conchi, Kelly-Heald, Isaac Hughes and Sheridan. In midfield, Amiento Nagasawa, captain Alex Rufer and Loki. Up front, Eze and Najarine. Auckland FC stuck with their 4-4-2 formation, Michael Vau in goal, Callan Elliott in place of Sakai, along with Dan Hall, Jake Goodwin-Reich and Francis de Vries in defence. The midfield saw Brook, Brimmer, Louis Verstrata and Randall. Up front, Mai and Cosgrove. Both teams largely held their formations from earlier games, but in-game substitutions and tactical shifts would be important. The match was played at Sky Stadium in Wellington with the Phoenix's largest crowd so far this season of just over 12,000 fans. From the moment the teams walked out, you could sense the derby tension. The crowd were loud, Wellington trying to raise the intensity, Auckland looking calm but focused. In the first half, the game exploded early. Within 28 seconds, the ball was in the back of the net. Sam Cosgrove assisted by Jesse Randall. Wellington responded almost immediately, Eze equalising in the 9th minute with a stinging shot from the edge of the area. The match settled into a back and forth. Auckland looked confident and posed an early threat through Cosgrove up front and Randall in behind. Wellington tried to build via Nagasawa, Amiento and Rufer linking up, but were forced onto the back foot after conceding so early. In the 34th minute, Auckland struck again. A fast break, Jesse Randall freed. His dink over the keeper finished off by Cosgrove to make it 2-1. From that point to half-time, Auckland controlled a little more, but also made errors. For instance, their defence giving space on the break for Wellington. Though Wellington failed to take full advantage, they tried to press and create chances, but just lacked that cutting edge. The standout players in the first half, Sam Cosgrove, 2 goals, showing killer instinct. Jesse Randall, the assist for the second goal, a big positive contribution. Eze from Wellington grabbed the equaliser, showing his value up front. Alex Rufer and Nagasawa for Wellington, they were busy in midfield, trying to generate action and nullify Auckland's attack. Auckland made the fundamental mistake of conceding so early. Momentum switched quickly after they scored the first goal. Auckland's defence arguably got stretched a few times. It was a roller coaster start. Auckland's clinical finishing made the difference in the 35 minutes, and Wellington's early response was promising, but they lost control. In the second half, Wellington made an early substitution with Corden Piper coming in. That changed the dynamics. However, the match took a dramatic turn when Auckland's Dan Hall was sent off in the 49th minute for denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity after a tussle with Piper. Down to 10 men, Auckland had to adjust, become more compact, defend deeper, let Wellington try to carry more of the play. Wellington pressed, but Auckland held firm. Then, in the 79th minute, Auckland suffered another blow. Logan Rogerson received a straight red card for a mistimed tackle. That left Auckland with 9 men for the final stretch. So the second half became a test of resilience by Auckland, defending with 9 men, surviving waves of Wellington pressure and finishing the game despite being undermanned. Wellington had the advantage numerically in the last 40 minutes plus stoppage time, but couldn't find the equaliser. Standout players were Michael Vow, though under pressure his presence helped the team survive the numerical disadvantage. Jake Bremer and Louis Verstraete stepping up to cover the extra ground once the red cards happened. Eze continued to threaten honest work in attack. Rufa Nagasawa tried to drive their side forward but lacked final execution. Auckland's discipline let them down. 2 red cards in the second half is a major issue and could have cost the game. With Wellington's inability to finish off the game with a numerical advantage, they dominated but they didn't convert enough clear chances. Auckland demonstrated resilience. Wellington had impressive efforts but just couldn't convert. The final score, Auckland FC 2, Wellington Phoenix 1. This was a gritty, intense derby where Auckland secured a hard-earned win away from home under difficult circumstances, showing both attacking quality in the first half and defensive resilience in the second, especially when reduced to 9 men. Wellington could feel hard done by the result in terms of dominance in the second half, but they will rue the lack of finishing and the key moment breakdowns. Going through the players, Michael Vow kept his composure under mounting pressure, made some key saves when the game turned. Callan Elliott provided width and cover down the right, generally solid though exposed at times when the numerical disadvantage kicked in. Dan Hall, he started well, but his red card in the 49th minute for denying a goal-scoring opportunity is a major blemish. Jake Gerwood-Reich, steady in his role, he worked hard to help cover the back line when down to 10 and 9 men. Francis de Vries, he showed composure and helped to close down space. Lachlan Brook, energetic work, helped build up play, aided the attack in the first half. Jake Bremer, intelligent midfield presence. After the red cards, he helped stabilise the team and keep it organised. Louis Verstraete, he was quietly effective, covered a lot of ground, assisted in defensive phases under pressure. Jesse Randall, a key contributor, his assists for the goals were decisive. Guillermo Mai held the line, good movement, possibly could have had more in a less chaotic second half. Sam Cosgrove, clinical in the first half, 2 goals, match winner, his finishing made the difference. The substitutions, Logan Rogerson, he came on, unfortunately received a red card in the 79th minute, a costly lapse in discipline. For the Phoenix, Alowaimi in goal, he got beaten twice in the first half, but afterwards made several saves and kept the scoreline respectable. Conchi worked hard, but the early goal couldn't be pinned on him alone, contributed to the mid-block. Kelly Hill, tasked with containing Auckland's pace, mixed success, some moments good, some exposed. Isaac Hughes, a yellow card early in the second half, discipline again an issue for Phoenix. Sheridan, commanding presence, but second half defensive transitions caused him problems. Carlo Amienti actively linked play forward, created movement, needed greater end product. Nagasawa, one of the better Phoenix players, pressed and attempted to force play. Captain Rufa led his side in midfield, tried to impose but lacked support behind as Auckland broke. Lockie provided width and attacking energy, some good moments. Eze grabbed the equalising goal early, looked lively throughout. Najarine, he worked hard, but the final ball and finishing let him down. Corbin Piper, he was substituted on. His introduction helped alter the game dynamics, but also was involved in the incident leading to a red card for Hall. Let's now take a look at some of the stats for the game. The possession, Auckland 53% against Wellington Phoenix's 47. Auckland had 11 shots attempted against Phoenix's 5. Of those shots, Auckland had 4 on target and Phoenix only 1. Corners, Wellington had 4 corners. Auckland didn't manage to get a corner in this match. The XG saw Wellington 0.25 and a 2.7 for Auckland. This is now their 4th win with 12 goals scored and only 3 conceded. The red cards, Auckland had 2 red cards, Hall in the 49th minute, which is a major stat in itself. For man of the match, I'm going to go for Jesse Randall for the way he played out on the left wing. His driving forward, his assists for the goals, and the belief that he had going forward helped make the difference for Auckland FC. Taking a look at some takeaways, Auckland FC showed they can score early, finish chances and still hold on under extreme adverse conditions, being down to 9 men. That's a winning mentality. The attack saw Cosgrove now clicking with the team and they dominated the possession and XG. Areas for improvement: the discipline is a red flag. 2 red cards is costly, and while it didn't cost the match this time, it could in the future. Defence when under pressure was stretched. Next time the backline will need to be more cohesive. Going forward, the coach may consider stricter discipline, perhaps a look at the roles of Hall and Rogerson in controlling aggression. Next time they may balance the attack with a slightly more cautious midfield or adjust how they cope if reduced in numbers. Also, managing fatigue of the players who covered so much ground will be important. For the Phoenix, they improved going behind. They had good spells in the second half, especially with the numerical advantage, showing desire. Eze, Rufa and Nagasawa had good games. Areas for improvement: their finishing and discipline. They had dominance but couldn't make it count when it mattered. Also, conceding early goals undermines them. They must tighten the opening 10 minutes of games. Impacts and changes going forward: the coach may look to tweak the attacking structure. They also must review their tactical approach when leading or when having advantage to kill off games. The red card accumulated. Next time, Auckland may stick with the winning formula. Nando Peinecker likely to come in to replace Dan Hall and partner Goodwood Reich. Wellington Phoenix may rethink the forward pairing or add a creative midfielder to unlock tight games and emphasise defensive stability early. Overall, the match will serve as a confidence booster for Auckland and a wake-up call for Wellington. Auckland, it confirms they are serious contenders. For the Phoenix, it highlights that they must convert possession and pressure into results. Thanks everyone for tuning into the post-match edition of Night Fever. A heavy away win for us, but plenty of lessons learned. We've seen what we're capable of and we must build on it. For the Phoenix, respect to them for their fight, but they'll need to fix those weak spots. Next time we'll preview our next fixture, look ahead to what's required and keep tracking Auckland's path. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe, leave us a review and join us on social media for further discussion. Until next time, stay passionate, keep the fever alive, and we'll see you next match. Up the port, up the Black Knight. Goodbye for now.